don't know about you, but I have a garage that has an unbelievable amount of gravity pull. Doesn't matter how clean it is, 3 days later, it's full of what I call potential. What is potential? Passover time, we went to a store that sells a bunch of discounted items, and we found 50 menorahs. Wrong holiday. But potentially we can use them. So we brought them to our garage. Same thing with our popcorn maker and our 50 hot dog machine, because potentially we can make a carnival, do a fundraiser. There's a lot of potential in the garage. The problem is, every time I open it, I quickly close that door. Because sometimes I'm overwhelmed with that much potential. I don't know what to do with all that. It worries me, it scares me. So I close that door. And sometimes I have to nudge it a little harder because there's a lot more stuff there. And the truth is, we all have those drawers. Whether it's one small little cabinet or a big garage, we all have those places where we keep stuffing the things we don't know what to do with. And while it might bother us as far as clutter is concerned, it's easy. You take that drawer out. Yeah, you take out all those leaky pens that don't work, put all the paper clips back together again, get rid of all the dust and random screws that are in there, and the drawer's clean. What happens though when we have in our hearts and in our souls these big boxes that say locked forever? We close them up with all the stuff that we're just too afraid of touching. The personality traits we're kind of not sure what to do with. The life experiences you really don't know how to deal with. If you've ever had a leak, the first thing you do is call the plumber. Well, probably the first thing you do is panic and then call the plumber. Plumber comes and he goes and shuts off the main valve. First thing you want to do is let's stop the leak. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop all the water from running. Well, that's a great idea for a temporary solution. It's not going to work in the long term, because while the leak might not be there, you also won't have water running. We do this all the time. We take that main valve called emotions, called intellect, and we clamp it shut. Because it's scary. It's scary to have to deal with all those things that make me vulnerable. The things that make me really anxious. The things that make me really sad. The things that make me angry. The things that make me feel. Those are scary. And maybe even scarier are the ones that make me think. They make me question. They make me wonder. They make me uncertain. But the danger of shutting that main valve, nothing works. Unless you want to be a robot. The Piasetzner Rebbe, Hashem Yimkom Damo, Reb Konomis Kalman, who was the rabbi in the Warsaw Ghetto, wrote a book called the Chovot HaTalmidim, Obligations of the Student. Now, this rabbi, unlike others, said, I don't need the rich, I don't need the famous, I don't need the old. They're taken care of. Give me the youth. Give me the ones that everyone throws to the side and say, they're just kids. In his introduction to the book, he writes to both the parents and the educators. And he says the following. He says, you're afraid of the kids because you see somebody who's rotten. You see somebody who's so difficult. It's not true. Imagine if somebody took a beautiful orange, or in his case, he says an etrog, and you say, here, do you want to taste something unbelievably delicious? Take a bite. No, I don't know if you've tried it, but I did. The etrog doesn't taste that good. In fact, it's bitter. It's not tasty at all. Oh, so what happened to the beautiful, succulent fruit? He says you got to work with it. You got to take it, you let it mature, you let it ripen, then you cook it, you preserve it. Oh, and then comes Tu B'Shvat, we have a delicious jam. You have to know how to handle the fruit, because if you mishandle the fruit, you're going to get something that tastes disgusting. And that's when you say, hey, look, see, this doesn't have any potential. The answer is, of course it has potential. You just don't know how to use it. The Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh was famous for saying, it cannot be that a human being, in the very essence of their soul, has bad. It can't be. We say every single day, Elokai neshama shenatata bi Torahi. Hashem, the soul that you've given me, that you blew into me, it's pure. It's beautiful. It cannot be anything but that. So what happens? You meet somebody and you say, but that person's such an angry person. The answer is it's true. Today they're an angry person. But with enough work, with enough channeling, with enough understanding the depth of who they are, that anger can be transformed into the greatest passion, into the greatest drive, into the greatest quality that the person has. Today, you're right, today it's destructive. Today it's something that's really wrecking their lives and probably somebody else's. But it's because we're not taking that potential and looking at it through the right lens. And the truth is, we're all a bunch of raw individuals in the process of being made. And instead of being afraid of opening all those garages full of potential, let's do a paradigm shift. It's not junk in there. It's not clutter. It's not even things that are disgusting, as much as things that just need a new perspective. They need to be revisited. The valves need to be opened. Is it hard? Of course it's hard. When you lock something up that tight, it takes a lot of cranking to get it open. It takes a lot more work to put it on the table and say, hey, all this looks like a whole pile of garbage. You're going to tell me this is really antiques? The answer is absolutely. Absolutely. Because the root word midah for personality, for character trait, literally means measurement. It's not good or bad, it's how you use it. And I'm asking you, don't just go into your garage. Go into all those Pandora's boxes that are hiding in your hearts, in your heads, and bring them out. Let's open it up. And I challenge you, take 10 of the things that you at face value say, this I have no use for. This kind of personality, this kind of thinking, I don't need this. I'd much rather throw it out. I'm asking you, look at it from a different perspective. See if you can take that same quality with enough channeling. If you can take that quality, that diamond, and turn it from a diamond in the rough to something that sparkles, I challenge you. Start with 10. I bet you have 10 in that attic. And once you're done with those 10, let's go on to the next 10. But let's start with the first 10. Good luck on your diamond mining.